Hello everyone, in today's video I'll show you how to install an almost 11-inch digital instrument cluster with a front camera on this Tesla Model 3 Highland. The Tesla Model 3 Highland is one of the most technologically advanced cars on the market. However, there's one feature many owners wish it had straight from the factory: a digital driver's display with wireless Apple CarPlay. This 10.88-inch instrument cluster delivers exactly that without affecting any of the car's original functions. On top of that, it adds support for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, allowing you to use your favorite apps directly from the new display. The first thing you'll notice is the design. The display blends seamlessly into the dashboard, looks completely factory installed, and perfectly complements Tesla's clean, minimalist interior. You no longer have to take your eyes off the road just to check your speed. The new display keeps all the essential driving information right in front of you, with everything presented clearly and easy to read. One of its biggest advantages is support for wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. With it, you can access Google Maps, Waze, Apple Maps, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, phone calls, messages, and voice commands. Since the connection is wireless, your phone automatically connects as soon as you get into the car. This model also supports a front camera. It's incredibly useful when parking or pulling out of driveways and blind intersections where visibility is limited. The camera feed is displayed directly on the instrument cluster. The interface is fast, responsive, and works seamlessly alongside Tesla's original system. It doesn't replace the factory center display or interfere with any of the car's original features. It simply adds even more functionality. Inside the carefully packaged box, you'll find everything needed for the installation. Here's the front camera along with its wiring harness, mounting bracket, double-sided adhesive tape, and 2 screws if you want to fix it better to your front bumper. This digital instrument cluster already comes with the air vents attached. It also includes the complete wiring harness, a plastic trim removal tool, and of course the installation manual, which you won't actually need because I'll guide you through the entire installation step by step over the next few minutes. Before we begin the installation, let me quickly show you the product we'll be installing today. For this customer, I chose a digital instrument cluster from Tesery. I've installed several Tesery products before and they've all performed flawlessly. I'll also leave links in the description to my previous installation videos and long-term reviews. And here's some good news for you. I've managed to get an exclusive discount code for the DIY Workshop community. Simply use the code THEDIYWORKSHOP at checkout to receive 5% off your order on the Tesery website. You'll find both the product link and the discount code in the video description and the first pinned comment. Let's get started with the installation. First, we'll remove the door weather strip. Next, using the plastic trim removal tool, we'll carefully release the side dashboard cover. Keep in mind that the clips on the back of this panel are fairly tight, so don't be surprised if they require a bit of force. To remove this push clip, I'll use another plastic trim tool from my toolkit and simply pull it outward. Next, we'll remove the door seal trim panels. I was pleasantly surprised by how easily they came off. To prevent unnecessary battery drain and for added safety, I've selected the power off option from the vehicle's menu before starting the installation. Now I'll use the plastic trim removal tool to release the dashboard trim. If you have a wider trim tool, it will make this step a little easier. Personally, I prefer finishing the job by hand to avoid damaging the trim. To help route the wiring through the dashboard, I'll be using the guide wire included in the box. I've already prepared both the main wiring harness for the display and the wiring harness for the front camera. I'll start by feeding the display's power and data cable through the side opening and then into the first opening inside the dashboard. I'll repeat the exact same process with the front camera cable. This is the routing path I'll be using to guide the wiring through the dashboard. Now that we've reached the desired location, it's time to remove a small section of insulation so we can access the wires. The adapter plugs into the black connector, while the yellow wire will be used for the front camera. Now it's time for the star of today's installation. I'll temporarily place the display on the dashboard just to see how it looks. Next, I'll remove this metal retaining clip using a pick tool to create enough space to route the cable through this opening. Using the pick tool, I've created enough clearance to pull all 3 cables through this opening. This ensures that the dashboard trim above will snap back into place perfectly during reassembly. Once the cables are through, we'll connect the front camera cable to the display's wiring harness. To make sure the connection stays secure, I'll wrap it with electrical tape. Now connect the black connector to the matching black socket. Just like we did earlier, I'll route the red connector through this opening to keep the wiring clean and organized before connecting the 2 plugs together. Let me quickly show you the wire management solution I came up with. I highly recommend wrapping every connector with electrical tape. It only takes a few seconds and helps prevent connectors from accidentally coming loose later, which could force you to disassemble everything again just to fix a simple connection. Now I'll take the display, feed the cables through the dedicated opening, and clip the unit into the dashboard. Next, we'll move over to the passenger side of the vehicle, where we'll connect the CAN bus cable to the factory connector. I'll take out this connector so I can access the power supply, then connect everything using the wiring harness assembly exactly as I'm showing you in the video. Before moving on, make sure every connector is fully locked into place and that none of them can accidentally come loose. Finally, I've connected the front camera as well, just to make sure it's working properly before routing its cable all the way to the front grille. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Let's wake the car up. The display powers up, and no error messages. So far, everything is working exactly as expected. Next, we'll need the 10mm socket to remove 2 bolts inside the frunk, along with the 2 bolts securing the upper plastic trim panel. Now I'll remove the tow hitch storage compartment cover. It's held in place by clips, and the frunk light connector can be disconnected by pressing the retaining tab with a pick tool. Next, we'll remove the rubber grommet located beneath the windshield wiper cowl panel. The remaining plastic covers are also secured with clips. I'll simply remove them by hand, working my way across one clip at a time. Here we'll remove the 2 push clips to create enough space for the guide wire. I'll gently pull the rubber seal downward so the guide wire can slide through more easily. To route the camera cable through the front end of the vehicle, we'll once again use the guide wire following the same method as before. This time, however, I won't tape the 2 wires together. Instead, I'll place one directly behind the other and apply a small amount of grease to help them slide through the rubber seal much more easily. Once the cable comes out into the frunk, I'll repeat the process using electrical tape and grease before pulling the cable forward through the front grille. I've now routed the guide wire alongside the rubber seal between the front bumper and the radiator support. After connecting the purple camera connector to the matching purple plug, it's time to position the camera. I'll mount it at the bottom center of the front bumper for the best viewing angle. The camera already comes with pre-installed double-sided adhesive tape, making installation quick and easy. Before sticking it in place, make sure the surface is thoroughly cleaned and degreased. If you prefer extra security, you can also fasten the mounting bracket using the supplied screws. That part is entirely up to you. Now it's time to reassemble everything in the reverse order of removal. We've got our bolts, the 10mm socket, and don't forget to reconnect the front light connector before installing the trim. Any excess wiring can be neatly bundled and tucked inside the dashboard before installing the plastic trim panel. A clean installation is always worth the extra few minutes. I'm extremely happy with the final result. The display looks like it came straight from the factory, integrates perfectly into the dashboard and completely transforms the driving experience. Let's take a closer look at some of its features.
Reverse camera crystal clear, digital dash shifting gears, touchscreen lighting up the night, everything just works just right. Bluetooth calling, maps on screen, factory fit, super clean. Every project one more win, time to tear the dashboard in. I like mods, yeah that's my style, making old cars worth your while. Click and store, then hit the road, every rocket's upgrade mode. I like mods. Yeah, the DIY workshop, turn the key, let's build. Factory look, but a whole new vibe. Every upgrade comes alive. Wireless CarPlay, Android flow. Plug it in and watch it go. Dashboard, open tools and line. Every connector fits just fine. No fake hats, no messy jobs. Built with passion, built with mods. One more screen, one more ride. OEM filled with modern style. Every project, every day, the DIY workshop leads the way.
If you're looking to upgrade your Tesla with a dedicated driver's display, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, quick access to essential driving information, front camera support and an interior that feels even more premium, this is definitely an upgrade worth considering. As I mentioned before, you can find the product on Tesery's website. You'll find the product link and the 5% discount code in the description of this video and the first pinned comment. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of my future projects. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.